Okay, so here we go. Game 2 of the Pawn to King series. We just finished up Game 1, where we were able to pull out the victory. So far in ranked, we've got 1 match, 1 win. The game went 37 rounds. It was actually surprisingly long. We went up against a player who had some pretty crazy luck, I would say, and we had really bad luck. And despite those factors, we were able to win via economy. So that was episode 1, where I talked primarily about good economic principles and practices while playing the game. Things like maximizing your interest, keeping a slim bench, and then benchmarks for what your goal should be at various points in the game. Ideally, you want to try and hit 10 gold by round 8, or by the end of round 8, and 50 gold by 15, or the end of round 15. So that was episode 1. In this episode, I'm actually going to talk about it's going to be pretty much a standard gameplay, and I'm going to talk about the decisions I'm making as I'm making them. So round 1, with the options I was given, I thought that the Tusk Champion was the best option, and with the Tusk, I'm thinking I might be going with some sort of Beast Warrior build, which is currently the strongest build in the meta. So because I have that Tusk Champion, I'm looking for champions that are, or pieces that are either warriors or beasts. So for me, the Stone Spirit was the obvious choice, and I have 1 gold to spend, and of these, I think the Skybreaker is the best that I might just slip in, even if it doesn't fit my comp. So here we are. We can actually go ahead and boom, we've got the 3 warriors, and I'm going to sell the Skybreaker here, and the reason I'm doing that is so I can buy this pair of Agursus Rangers. When you're playing the early game, it's a really not a great idea to select a comp and then just stick to it no matter what comes up. And what I mean by that is I'm actually going to watch the units as they come up and decide for myself what I think I should be playing based on the units that show up. So for me, I'm looking for pairs, because pairs are what's going to eventually give me 2 stars, and then that's going to eventually determine my comp. Early on in the game, though, it's just good to have as many pairs as you possibly can. So for this particular round, I think this is my strongest lineup, just having the 3 warriors. That warrior buff with 6 armor is very powerful early game, and warriors are just in a really good spot in the game. So I'm not going to change my lineup, but with my 4 gold, I'm going to determine what I think are the best units I could buy here. So right away, I see the pair of knights, and that could be a direction I end up going. And then I'm going to buy the Heaven Bomber, simply because I think the Heaven Bomber is a more versatile unit than the Soul Breaker. I think the Heaven Bomber fits in more comps. So I'm just buying that to keep my options open. I may never use these units. I may sell them right away. In fact, I can buy the Soul Breaker with my victory gold. And I'm glad I did, because I can level him to 2, throw him in, and I see a couple warriors that I'd like to buy, so I'm going to buy those. And because I have him, I'm actually going to pull this Stone Spirit out and put the Red Axe in. And I'm doing that because that gives me 1 more synergy. Now I've got the Cave Clan synergy for these 2, which means they both have 250 more HP. So this is just a slightly stronger lineup for me. Okay, so I'll probably win this round. He does have very strong demons, but the demons are actually canceling each other out, so I will probably win, and it looks like I will. Now, if I look at the shop, I can buy this Witcher. It doesn't cost me anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have a 9 gold bench. I could sell my entire bench to get an interest gold, but currently it's giving me lots of options and a pair, so I'm going to hold on to it. And now I'm just going to start strengthening my bench. So in this case, it's looking like I'm not going to use the knights, so I'm going to get rid of them and buy these 2. I don't think I'll use that or that, or oh, I should have saved that Stone Spirit. That was a mistake. Yeah. I'm gonna lose one interest here as well. But it's looking like I'm starting to see some direction for what I'm going. I'm probably gonna go either Beast Warrior or some sort of Cave Hunters or Hunters with Warriors in front build based on the units that I'm getting. So I'm looking to buy Hunters now, Warriors, Cave Clan, and Beasts. So we're just going to see what pops up for us. But so far, that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So there's an Agursus Ranger, there's another Hunter. So it looks like right away we're in a position where we could go with Hunters. And I may end up doing that, actually. It might be stronger to go like this. Level up once, pull the Tusky out. This may be my strongest lineup right now. So all three of these are getting the extra HP now, so they are getting... oh, and I meant to swap him in. I made a huge mistake there. All three of those Cave Clans are getting extra HP, so they're actually going to be really strong tanks, despite not having that armor buff. And the reason I was doing that was I was going to try and get 3 Hunters in, which I failed epically at doing. So that was an instance where I chose to level aggressively. I leveled early so I could throw another unit on, because my plan was to throw another synergy on, but of course I messed that plan up. And still no interest. Here's round 8, so we really do want to have 10 gold at the end of this round. That's the goal right now. To do this, I actually do want the Hunter buff. That's looking to me like it's our strongest lineup at the moment. In the next round, I could level up. The Soulbreaker here is a 2-star, so it's very strong, and I'm going to keep it, but it's kind of messing with my ability to put the units that I want in. And this is a part of an Orb of Regen, which could be an Orb of Refresh, which is probably the best item in the game. So I'm actually not going to waste it on him. You want Orb of Refresh on people with really powerful abilities, and where casting them twice is going to be game-breaking. Something like a Siren or a Tsunami or a Storm Shaman. Okay. 18. Do I want to try and push up to 20? Or... I think I want to do this. So I've got some sort of Divine Warrior Hunter. Oh no, that doesn't work. Oh crap. I do really need to get rid of this Soulbreaker. He's just ruining everything. He is a 2-star, and he's doing good work. He's eating abilities, and he is killing people. He probably kills 1 or 2 people every round. So it would be foolish of me to get rid of him, but he kind of is messing with my ability to get the composition that I want. However, one thing that I should point out is that in the early game especially, composition is not as important as just getting strong pieces on the board or getting 2-star units on the board. So it's better to put a stronger unit that is not giving you a synergy than to put a weaker unit that does, at least in the very early game, where just piece quality is pretty much the determining factor. Now, as the game goes on and you start finalizing your comp and, you know, going for something like a 9-feathered build or something like that, you may end up taking out a 2-star for a 1-star, but the benefit that that unit is giving you is so large that it's justified. In the early game, though, that's not the case. So I'm going to throw my tanky items on God of War. He's either going to be a huge tank, or I can sell him and get those items back. And then this is part of a Frantic Mask, which silences your units. So I'm going to put it on the Agursus Ranger, who has a passive ability, because I don't care if she gets silenced. And here we go. We're starting to look real good. This is a case where it actually is worth it to sell the 2-star, to put the Pirate Captain on board, to get that synergy of the Warrior synergy. I'm still losing out on the divinity bonus by having 2 Cave Clan on the board. If I do manage to 2-star a different tank, I can take the Red Axe out and put that tank in. But for right now, just having the 2-star Red Axe is better than having the divinity would be. Okay, so my comp is starting to shape up. Ooh, do I go for gold here? I think I do. Oh, didn't get it in time. That was a huge mistake. That last round, I really should have tried to sell 2 units to get up to 30 gold, so I could have gotten 1 more interest. As it is, it's not that big of a deal. I'm winning, and I'm in a pretty commanding position. I can actually get my 3 Hunter buff with these units, and now I'm not losing the Divinity buff. So this is probably my strongest lineup at the moment. And what do I have here? Nothing useful. Do I have anything I can sell? If I win this round, which I will, I would get to 36 gold. So can I sell anything to get me to 40 gold? Yes, I can. And I'm probably going to sell these guys. I think in this case it was worth it. I'm not going to be putting them in anytime soon because they do get rid of my divinity bonus. It was a pair, so that's a little unfortunate, but it's a pair that I didn't think I was going to be putting in. And now we're at 50 gold at round 13. The goal is 50 gold by round 15, and the reason I was able to hit it here is because I'm on a win streak. I haven't lost a round yet. So in this particular game, I got 2 rounds early, but in most cases that's not going to be the case. But hitting 50 gold by about round 15 or so is a pretty reasonable goal. All right, and then the Pirate Captain doing his job of just ulting before he dies. Very good Wind Ranger ult. So was his, and I'm actually going to lose this round. So there goes my win streak. That's okay, because I rode the win streak to 50 gold. That was second place, and he does have just higher quality than me at the moment, so I'm not surprised that he beat me, but I'm also not heartbroken that he beat me either. Okay, so I'm going to use good economic principles. I'm just going to level with my extra gold, and I'm going to spend gold as I need to strengthen my team. Now I see I do have 6 warriors, so I could go for like a 6 warrior comp right now, but I think what I have on the field at the moment is slightly stronger. I could be wrong. But, you know, I'm not married to this composition, this 3 hunter, 3 warrior composition. I very well might change it, and I probably will change it as the game goes on. But I've just been playing what the game has given me. I haven't forced the composition that I have on the field. I didn't come into this game planning to play this comp. I played the comp that presented itself to me. I will take that Siren. I can level up twice to throw another unit on. It's going to be the Stone Spirit because it's a 2-star. Now here, I'm going to go like this. And the reason I like to do this is I like on the Wolf Pack round to make like a little S shape here, or a 6 if I'm level 7. And what that does is these ranged units will sit here. The melee units will kind of jump over to the side, and essentially it makes them pick up all of the wolves, and none of them are attacking your ranged units. It's really nice to have something like a God of War or a Swordman in the corner here, because they pick up all the units and they just do tons of damage, and they protect your weaker ranged units in the back. And I've been able to defeat wolves using that S formation with teams that I thought had no business beating the wolves. Okay. That was a very nice turn for us. I'm actually going to put the Wind Ranger in the corner, just because it gives them a little bit more range, so we can hit a little bit more with his ult. And I kind of want the God of War to pick things up. Okay. The Frantic Mask on the Agursus Ranger is exactly where I want it. Who can this go on? No, definitely not. I want that on him. And let's put that on the Agursus as well. He probably is going to be doing the most damage for me, at least auto attack damage. The Wind Ranger is going to do more with his ability, but attack damage items won't affect that ability damage. Oh, and mistake I made, I should have pressed the button. It doesn't make a difference, but it's good to have those good habits. I think in this case, I'll buy the God of War and the Wind Ranger and press the button once. So when I play, I don't like to aim for 3 stars. I feel like it's a huge gamble. You're tying up a lot of your money in something that probably won't happen. And I just think that a lot of players could improve their game or their play drastically if they just stopped trying to get 3-star units. Once a unit is 2-star, it's going to survive long enough to cast its ability. And that's really what units are for. They're for casting their ability and therefore their synergies. Very rarely will a 3-star of something make a huge impact. Now, there are units where 3 stars are incredibly important, and you should be trying to 3-star them every time you get them. And I have 2 of those units. So in my case, that is the God of War and the Agursus Ranger. They're both good 2 stars. The Agursus Ranger is probably a weak 2-star, but they are excellent when they reach 3 stars. And they're cheap, so you don't tie up a lot of money when you are saving units to try and 3-star those guys. Here, if I actually, I'm not even going to take the risk. I'm going to go ahead and get up to level 8 so that I get an updated shop the next time around. Instead of my shop being a level 7 shop, it's going to be a level 8 shop. And I should have done that before the round started, so I could have thrown a unit in, making my team a little bit stronger. I missed that play. I am a king level player, but I definitely make mistakes. I see mistakes that I make all the time. But what I should have done is I should have leveled up, thrown a unit in, and if I lost, I could have sold something to get back up to 50. I didn't see that play at the time. I saw it in retrospect, so now I know for my own reference. That's the sort of play I need to look for when I play the game. Okay. Now, Siren is really good, and it's looking like I might actually be going down a 6-hunter route. I haven't seen a Dwarf Sniper yet, and then I'm also looking for something like a Skull Hunter or a Tsunami. But, I'm not focusing or pigeonholing on that idea. I'm definitely thinking about it because it could be a good option for me, but right now, I'm just focusing on what the game gives me, informing what I just choose to play. And again, I forgot to push the button twice, and people are already losing, which is kind of surprising. It's only round 20. Okay, so 2 players have lost. What that means is their items have now gone onto the board. Other players have those items because I didn't get them, which means other players have experienced a bit of a power spike thanks to that. Okay, let's throw him in. No! Bad move, Tyler. The dwarf by himself cancels out the divinity buff, so I think I'm only going to throw in that dwarf sniper if I do choose to go a 6-hunter route. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep him on my bench and not use him. Alright. So we're sitting nice and comfortably in this game, and I'm actually 2 full levels ahead of everybody thanks to just having a strong economy, and of course that win streak early game, which helped quite a bit. Now here, I'm actually going to sell the Dwarf Sniper, and I'm doing that because that gets me to 55, and I can press the button one more time, throw in another unit, hit level 9. I think that makes me strongest for this round. It gives me the best line of action going forward, and it keeps me about 50 gold. So I just think that was the best play this round. You know, I could be wrong, but in my mind, statistically, it seems most likely that this is what's going to help me strengthen my position and win the game. Okay. So now I'm actually 3 levels ahead of everybody. Which is, I guess, a really good topic to discuss is leveling. When you do something like roll, you are potentially making your team stronger, but potentially you miss completely. You know, you push the roll, you don't get a unit you want, and that's just 2 gold down the drain. Instead of doing that, you can use your extra gold as experience, and when you invest enough of your gold into experience, you can level up and just put another unit on the field. And that's a much more consistent and reliable way to increase your strength. Rather than trying to roll and kind of like play the lottery and hit those units, just putting more things on the field is a more reliable way to beat your opponents and to win the game. So, you know, in my case, I have a couple 1-star units on the field. I could be rolling and trying to 2-star my Siren, for example, or the units that I have on my bench, but I'm not, and instead I'm just focusing on putting that extra gold into experience. And a lot of times that means you're not going to do anything, like this round in particular. I wasn't offered a good unit to strengthen my team, so rather than roll, I simply decided to use that extra gold as to invest in my experience and to level up quickly. And what that's doing is it's giving me a huge level advantage on the other players. And I'm winning even if maybe my pieces are weaker, I just have more pieces. And that's why I'm winning. Although this game, it's been a fairly high rolly game, I think. I have been quite fortunate in the pieces I've gotten. And this comp kind of fell into my lap. I picked up what I knew was good in the current meta, Beast Warrior, so I was picking up warriors. And then I saw several hunters showed up and several cave clans, so I chose to pick those up as well, and it kind of directed me towards some sort of hunter-warrior build. This particular Divine Hunter-Warrior, I don't even know if I've ever played it, to be honest. It doesn't seem like the kind of build that I would have played. I don't remember playing it. I'm going to sell this just to get up to 50 gold. So it's not like this is a build that I know is strong and that I wanted to play. I'm simply playing this because I know that the warrior synergy is very strong, the divinity synergy is very strong, and the hunter synergy as well. So I just have a pretty good comp that's based on other meta comps. And I know that I can transition to those comps as the pieces show up. So I'm thinking about going towards either 6 warriors or 6 hunters. And right now I kind of don't think it matters. If I do go 6 hunters, regardless of what units I get, I will be losing the divinity buff though. So if I go 6 hunters, then I'm probably going to get rid of the God of War. When I do that. Okay, we're level 10. Probably the best unit for me to put in here is another Siren. I'm actually going to go something like... let's do this. I don't know. I think the Siren is going to be the most impactful unit that I could add to the field right now. I don't see a 1-star God of War making a big difference. And then the Swordman and the Dwarf Sniper both caused me to lose the divinity buff. So for those reasons, I didn't choose these units, and I chose to put another Siren on. Siren ult is a very powerful ability. Doom is good. So now I'm level 10. I can't push the button anymore. It doesn't do anything, right? So instead of that, I'm going to just start buying strong units and improving my comp as I can. Of course, staying over 50 gold as I do it. Let's skill damage. Who's got a very damaging skill? He does. So Wind Ranger is probably my most damaging ability. Pirate Captain's the most game-breaking ability I have, but the Wind Ranger ult is the most damaging ability. So I think it gives me the most effect putting that on the Wind Ranger as opposed to the Pirate Captain. Okay, so I'm starting to see a 6 warrior build take shape here. So I'm actually going to throw him in, take that out. So I'm up to 5 warriors. And I don't know what my 6th is going to be. In fact, I'm going to get rid of that. Buy that. I could just buy the Stone Spirit. If I bought the Stone Spirit, I could take the Siren out and just have 6 warrior, 3 hunter build. And yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to get rid of this Siren here. Buy the Stone Spirit. In this case, it's not a very strong unit, right? It's going to be a 1-star. But he's going to give me the 6 warrior synergy, which is very strong. So what was I going to do? I'm going to get rid of that, throw that in. Oh, I already have a Stone Spirit. Oof. Fail. Ooh, Dark Spirit. I just need a warrior to put in. Just give me a warrior to put in.
Or is it just me?
Okay, I'm gonna put another Berserker now. Okay. Because I was struggling to find a good unit to put in. That's gonna be fun. Okay. Let's see, what am I gonna do here? I think if I put in the God of Thunder, I can't possibly have all of this, so I'm actually just gonna... This is gonna be my final comp, and anything else that I decide to buy is just gonna be to strengthen this, so you can go, you can go, you can go, you can go. And now we're just looking for things that I already have. Sure, why not? And let's give him that. Sure, why not? Okay. Now I have a ton of gold, and I need to start spending it. Oh, there's the tsunami. Now, I'm obviously, most games you will not reach this point where you just have gold to burn, and you don't know what to do with it. In this case, I do. No, this is too risky. You gotta get rid of this, and this, and this. What might I be 3-starring? The God of War, the Agursus Ranger, the Wind Ranger. Yeah, these units here. I don't think I'm 3-starring the Pirate Captain. It's just highly unlikely. So I'm gonna sell the Pirate Captain. Also highly unlikely to 3-star the Berserker. Well, that helps. So here I'm just looking for units that I'm likely to be able to 3-star. And I know seeing those Pirate Captains feels bad, but I realize I could be seeing the same Pirate Captain many times. The Red Axe we're kind of far away from. Well, this has been a really easy game. Much different than the first episode of this series, which I find really interesting that the first episode was so difficult. But, I mean, sometimes it's gonna go that way for you, where, you know, you could be playing against players that you're better than, and despite all of that, you just still end up losing. And there's not really a logical explanation for it. Okay, I want to find a Stone Spirit or a Dwarven Archer. or a Wind Ranger. I don't know what a Dwarven Archer is. Okay. Looking for either of those because I'm trying to slim my bench up. There we go, Wind Ranger. So now I can have a level 3 Wind Ranger next game. Of course, the game is over now, so let's just spend our gold. Oh, can't even spend it. Okay, so that's our second victory of the series. So far we've played 2 games, we've won them both, and those 2 wins have gotten us up to pawn 5. Wow, that was really fast. Wow, I gained 146 cups for that game, which is insane if you ask me. But that game we focused on just playing what the game gave us. And in this case, we saw warriors early on. I know warriors with beasts is a very strong build, so I chose to buy those warriors. And then hunters kind of started showing up. So I had some sort of hybrid hunter-warrior build. Not necessarily a meta build by any means, but it was just what was given to me, and I played it, and I didn't try and force anything. If you see here, I used good economic principles, and I actually almost doubled the next guy as far as economy. I had the most valuable army. I was several levels ahead. I did have some good luck this game, but this was mostly due to just playing what the game gave me and focusing on having a strong economy. And I think in these lower leagues, if you just focus on having a strong economy as your primary goal, you should be able to easily climb through the pawn ranks and be something like knight or bishop simply by having good economic foundation. So thanks for watching this build. If you guys have something you'd like me to focus on in the next video, please do comment and let me know what that is. I would love to discuss the things that you guys have the biggest questions on. I think for the next round, or for the next game, I haven't quite decided on what I'm going to do, but I would also like to focus on specific builds and how to play them. So in the first build, or the first game, I was focusing on economy and I used divinity. In this game, I use some sort of warrior hunter build, which is not really a thing in high level. But if you guys would like to see something like a goblin mech warlock or a divinity gameplay in these lower leagues and see how you can do them, please let me know. If you have anything else that you would like me to explain or demonstrate in my gameplay, please go ahead and leave a comment, and I would love to see those, and I'll choose the best one or the most upvoted one as the inspiration for the next video. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.